And welcome back. So now what we're going to do is some nastiness, some poisonings. So this whole episode is about poisoning 4 bosses. Underhanded, dastardly poisoning of 4 bosses. So first of all, you want to buy a bow. Then we want to come down here and buy some arrows. And the reason we're doing this is to get some birds. Come down here, we buy some arrows.
Unusual this. Never safe.
And we're going to equip our bow. Even though we can't use it. And we're going to equip our normal arrows. And we're going to go up now to the Church of Ella. And from here, put our bow on. And what we want to do is shoot birds. So there's a couple of birds. We'll shoot the first one. And you can see they drop things. Sometimes they drop their feathers. Yep, they just drop their feathers. And sometimes they drop 4-toed fowl feet. Every time they drop a 4-toed fowl foot, you can make a gold pickle fowl foot. So there's one. We want a total of at least 4. So coming down here and collecting our winnings from where they fell over. Some of them must have landed up top. Now, even though we haven't got the strength to the dexterity to use this bow properly, if we use it from a distance, it makes no difference. If you were to use it up close, ironically, it actually wouldn't kill the birds at all, and you wouldn't be able to do the farm that we're looking to do. So, I've got my flight pinion. That's totally useless to me. I wonder if any of them dropped anything else. Nah. Not doing so well so far. Sometimes when they make that big noise, they've dropped a foul foot. No. There's one. So now we've got our 4. There's another one. And another one. And another one. And these are the last 2 birds for this run. So in every run, you'll probably get 4 or 5. Our first killing is going to be in there. So we're going to come here to the Cathedral of Dragon Communion. And literally, we're sneaking up behind these bastards. And poisoning them. And that's it. And that's all we're doing. And there are 4 of them. And they're going to get us some runes. But before we do that, we want to craft some more of these. So now you can see I got 8 of those. And this is the sort of sneakiness that Macbeth has no problem doing once he's decided to basically give up on a life of honour. We're doing this to get ourselves a bunch of runes early on and also some items. Here you can pick up the Sacramental Bud, Rune Arc, What we're doing is coming in here, come past those guys, you don't want to aggro them. Coming into the swamp. There are a couple of little grabs. And our enemy is in here. So you gotta jump up and carefully look down, and there he is. We're going to walk all the way around behind him and poison his ass. And for this, we're going to get the Commander's Standard and the unalloyed gold needle, which we want to pursue a quest line with Millicent. But mainly we're killing this honourable soldier dishonourably because that's what Macbeth does. Sneak around behind. We're going to sneak all the way up the back here. Sneak past those swords. And sneak down here. And we'll fast forward through it and poison him. Okay, so first bit of wild dishonesty done. And while we're here, grab that Ionian butterfly. Okay. For our second piece, come to the outer wall phantom tree, and we're going to poison the sentinel. So again, we're just running up past the gargoyle. Nothing to fear here. This whole world is Macbeth's plaything. Huh. We'll deal with him hereafter. Don't go up that way. Go up this way. We're riding all the way up the top. Past the giant. Past the pilgrims. We're coming around to the left to grab a grace to make life a little easier later on. Grab this. And straight up the hill. Keep going all the way to the capital. So we're running through a graveyard at night. Lots and lots of things are going to spawn. Ignore them. We're on a poison mission. Here we are in the middle of the night, poisoning the guards. Now, straight ahead of us are a couple of golems shooting great arrows. That's why we're going to stay all the way over here to the left. If you do that, you should be fine. And you won't aggro the guy that we're going to poison. We come right around the edge. Now we're going to be sneaking up behind him. If that doesn't work, or if he starts to move, we're going to run back to this point and wait. Wait for the sentinel to think, what was that? What's going on? Alright, now carefully. There he is over there. We're going to come down and we're going to walk around here. Don't climb up on the rocks because you'll fall down. And if you're lucky, and we're not, oh. Come around here, and if we die, we'll do it again. Sometimes, if you've got your armor on, he can hear you. So I'm going to take my armor off. And if we're lucky, he has clippity-clopped back to where he was standing before. Let's have a look and see if we're lucky. And it looks like we're lucky. There he is, clippity clops back to where he was before. Oh, he's all alert today. He's a good horsey. Right. So we've poisoned number 2. And this one is going to get us his shield, his weapon, bunch of things. We can stay naked for the next 2 poisonings. And we're going to come up here. This is opened, but you can see the end of it's not. And the end of it's not open yet. Because, right, the end of it's not opened. We're coming over to here. It's not open yet because we haven't killed 2 giant enemies. So we've got 2 more poisonings to do. And this one we're going to have to do a bit of riding to get to, but that's okay. These are going to take us to the Volcano Manor, or near it. We may as well. Let's put some pants on, at least. There, we got some pants. Has pants. Macbeth, you know, really, even though we're out here just being a blue-skinned weirdo. Because it's pretty cold, and we are pretty Scottish. So coming round here, past the lady. We'll talk to the prophetess later on when we do this area. At the moment, all we're doing, poisoning. This game is poisoned. So, around this area, we're going to go around to the right. We want to drop down there underneath the bridge, but we're going to find that gravity is not our friend. Now we can come around down here. We're going to grab this grace. And then we're just running. Running and gunning. Okay, so past these guys, you can see there's a church up there and a church over there. We'll be visiting them. There are areas down here. There's a church or a building over there. We'll be visiting that. So we're opening up another area of the game. We'll be going up into there. But at the moment, we're just poisoning. So we're going to go up to Mount Gelmir. We're going to go past this. Grab the grace at the end of the bridge and keep going. We're going to go up a ladder. And while we are waiting to go up the ladder, we're going to be attacked. So you've got to be careful and follow sort of where I'm going. But this is the back road to get up to the Volcano Manor, up the side of the mountain. So here, you can already hear the Iron Maiden. She's started up her engine. Up we go. If you're lucky, she'll only hit you once. Probably better not to do this nude. You can see that down there, she's just really angry. Maybe that's the future of AI. Tell me, you know what I'm saying? Could be the future of AI. All right. Up this very tall ladder is another opportunity to get a grace. You can pick these up if you want. They're not worth much. As usual, they're just junk loots. Gold, 2s and 3s. However, that smithing 6 we want. Golden rune 7, golden rune 3, golden rune 3, golden rune 2. So we've got a 7. It's not the end of the world. Another area that we'll be visiting later, up here. But we're going to go past for the moment. We're heading up to our next 2 victims. Ride past Pumpkinhead. You can actually meet up with Patches there. We'll come back and do that. So there's a set of stairs. You can see up there is one of those beasts we met at the start of the game that killed us at the very beginning. So hop on this and go up. And you can see that he also, or she, is pretty angry. Got the dual faith kind of clobber happening. 2 swords, 2 shields. We don't care. We're moving on. And around to the left. And even more ladder. And at the top of this ladder is a merchant. You might want to buy some stuff that the merchant has. we'll be buying a little bit because this merchant is really annoying and difficult to get to. So go once, buy whatever you want, don't go again.
Ah, welcome, dear customer. Well, are you please? I'm hungry.
Yes, I'll buy Stone Sword Key, I'll buy the cookbook. Unfortunately, mate, that's really all I want. Sorry and all that, but yeah, see ya. If you want to go there later for great bolts, if you're, for example, getting the jar cannon and you want to get some exploding great bolts, he's got them. Come here with a metric ton of cash. Later on, I'll show you how to get a rune farm so you can buy up lots and lots and lots of consumables, which I think is reasonable. I don't think you should, play for an hour and a half to be able to afford to buy 3 volcano pots. But that's all we're going to use the rune farming for, buying comestibles. Up here, hop on your horsey, ride straight down, because there are a bunch of enemies here, and they are following you. They've blown their little trumpet, they're following you. We're nearly there. Up the top of that thing is our next victim. So if you look across the bridge, they're actually coming as fast as their little legs will carry them. So we're going to rest. And here, hopefully, if we're lucky, and down, and that's what we're poisoning. So we're going to carefully run around here. Same thing. If it wakes up, starts to come at you, we're going to go down to the right over that bridge. And at the moment, I worry that I'm too high up. Not normally this high up. The sneaking. I might take my pants off. Yeah, that's quieter. All right. Come down here and blow smoke up its butt. And one more piece of dastardly behaviour. For that we pick up, not too much, about 30,000 runes. But we are going to come over and do our last little bit, and to show you, that's the volcano manor down there. Now we're not going to go in there because there's another quest we're going to open up. But you can get to the volcano manor the way we've just come. And if you want to get in there early and kill Rykard, which is not a terrible thing. I mean, we want to kill Rykard. I think everybody wants to kill Rykard. We're going to come down here for our last poisoning, watching out for those hands. The same creatures we saw in the Karian Manor. And there's a giant one that explodes just behind this, so try if you can to grab that and keep running. And if you go over the fire, it'll burn itself out on the fire. If it decides to attack you, it'll often die on the fire. Let's see. Is it coming? Maybe. Maybe. No. This last one, let's level up. This last one is right down the bottom. Stick to the right here if you can, because there's a worm tongue and you don't really want him chasing you, or her. I'm not sure if it's a he or a she. But we're coming down here and around this. We're dropping down to that Erdtree. So when you come down and drop down here, as soon as you get to here, that enemy will start, and we want to run across there. Where are you, enemy? I hate it when it doesn't go according to plan. Right, there we go. Come back up to here. And we're going to carefully go across here. So the music starts, the Elden Beast skill thing comes out. And occasionally it'll walk forward. So I like to come up to this corner just to assess the situation before I go down. So I'd see how it's still walking forward. We don't want it. We don't want that. We want it to give up. Come all the way back up here into this corner. So it'll give up. It walks back to its lair. And then hopefully it just turns around and stays still. Perfect. So now we sneak down the side. Just like before, there's nothing else here. Down around here. Just carefully, no running. The AI is pretty good on these things. So if you do run or make undue noise, it's going to notice you. But it doesn't see behind itself. And we can sneak carefully into Duncan's chambers. Sneak up behind it. Ooh, he's a little further forward than I like him. I don't know that I like him quite that far forward. If this doesn't work, that's okay. We go back and we try again. It's pretty disgusting as well. All right, you've got to get a bit closer. And there we go. And that is the last of our 4 sneaky mercy killings. And taking out this tree spirit will give you, because it is an Elden Tree, it's going to give us a couple more, only 23,000, but the Leaden Hard Tier and the Cerulean Hard Tier, which are wonderful little weapons that we can add to our Flask of Physic. So, get back into our gear. And have a look at what we've collected. We've been able to take our vigor up to 40. And now we can start working on lifting our strength. And we've picked up the ability to drop in boost poise and eliminate all FP consumption. A particularly helpful one if you are using spells, because what that'll do is it means you can just spam your toughest spells for 30 minutes and nothing will happen. Okay, now that we've engaged in all that underhanded behaviour and done all that poisoning, we're going to move on and play the game. See you next time.